my concept of compassion in my personal experience has been, uh, it's been rough. I mean, I've noticed a lot of people don't show compassion nowadays, but compassion is like very relative to every person. But I think we all have a general understanding of what compassion is. You know, you see someone dying on the street, you help them. You see someone hungry, you should help them. But some people don't see that anymore. They're just like, oh, it's just a dollar. It can't help. It's just life. You know, you just gotta let it happen. But that's why we're just so numb, in my eyes, to what compassion is, and it's just a sad thing to see.
Compassion, in my experience, has been showing kindness to another human being. Similar to having empathy for someone, but in this way, you're actually showing them an act of kindness. You will either help someone who has a flat tire, there might be somebody who needs money, and instead of judging them and just assuming the worst about them, you can have compassion and help them out, because everyone is just doing the best they can with the skills they have. And if the world was a kinder and less judgmental place, and we can show compassion for each other, then it will be more, there would just be a lot more love and a lot more kindness.
Um, I don't know what compassion means.
Compassion is the act of charity. It is the act of love. Charity is the root of it, and love is what we now call it. But it is the act of putting someone else's wants and needs before your own that make it a compassionate act. And in the same light, it is that is what compassion is. They're akin to faith, hope, and charity. Because of its kinship to charity, it's reliant upon it, and yet, even with the interdependence, independent of itself, because to be compassionate, it is a selfless act. It is something that isn't with expectation or with desire for praise or acknowledgement. It's simply that act, and that is compassion.
I believe compassion is a combination of like mercy and pity. You know, when you pity someone, it's not a bad thing. It's feeling sorry for someone and wanting to do something about that. And when you, what's up, Joe? And when you have mercy, it's like you're taking the pain for them, or taking something for them. For example, like if a judge sentences someone to prison and they say, you know what, I'm going to release you from that prison sentence and I'll serve it. That's mercy, right? But it's very close to compassion. Compassion is when you have that same feeling of mercy, doing someone, seeing a need and really meeting it. For instance, if I see a homeless person on the street, I take pity on that person. I feel bad for him, for what he's going through or what he's been through and where he's ended up. But compassion is what compels me to do something for him, maybe speak to him and see if I can lend a hand, food, money, something like that. And compassion, I think, is very hard to find these days. A lot of people speak about the problems they see in the world, speak about the problems they see on the street, but very few of us actually do something personally, you know, further than just sending money or something like that. That's a start, but really showing up and being there in person, I think, and helping someone out when you really don't have to and really no one asks you to. That's compassion.
So I'm not sure what compassion is, but I'm glad to have the opportunity to really think about it a lot more. I think for me, it is, if you are compassionate, you're at least trying to put yourself into another being's universe and see things from that point of view. So it's not just restricted to humans, but I'll talk about humans because that's easier. But understanding the interconnection of beings and possibly even inanimate objects, and yeah, the interconnectedness of the universe, and the honoring and respecting that in others than yourself.